Yeah, I picked up a bunch of movies over the summer, cheaply, and well, things to do in Denver when you're dead, right? So, obviously, I saw this first time round, and I always liked it. Any film with Treat Williams is always a treat, you know. Critical Bill. Um, yeah, pretty good movie in entertainment terms. Not bad at all. Um, of course, it's Denver, Aurora. Yeah, of course, you got the Aurora op. But you've also got the 311, the West Coast one. Here we go. Here's the Ferris wheel scene where Christopher Walken, not Christopher Walken, no. Christopher Lloyd, who always playing Christ. Basically stigmatized in the movie. He's Christ. So, what else? Not too much else. It's always a good movie to watch once every decade or so. What else we got? We got now this film I finally got around to seeing it, Divergent. Do you remember my old video where I traced around this? This is the Johnson and Balls. If you stand way back and squint, you'll see it's just the Johnson and Balls. And of course the Ferris wheel, a big Ferris wheel scene again. You see, every film's got it because that's the place beyond the pines, the Albert Pike Place Market beyond Pine Street, Seattle. Boom, ground zero. That's why you're seeing the Ferris wheel everywhere. But of course, they can always switch it over to a Ferris wheel in LA or San Fran. It doesn't matter. West Coast, I don't care. West Coast, false flag once they get the guns. All right, Divergent. Yeah, Divergent. This movie is very simple. It's just giving you a controlled future, which is what they're leading us into, where they say... faction before family, right? So it's Talmudic divide and conquer, right? Split up the family, which is exactly what happens to the girl. She gets split up from her family, and she's a divergent. In other words, she's a smart one. She's capable of waking up. She's capable of independent thought, and they have to get rid of her and anyone else who can do that. They want absolute sheep only in this controlled future. That's it. There's nothing more in that movie. Right. The Wolf of Wall Street. I haven't quite finished watching this movie. At first, you think, what the hell is this? And then after a while, it gets to be a pretty good comedy. I think it's well done. It's absolute madness, but of course, I'm sure that's true. This guy was kind of an anti-hero, to be, from my point of view. This guy, as bad as he was using the system against itself. So I well done, I'll say well done to this guy. And there's one other thing, of course. It's all gay. The Wolf of Wall Street. Wolf is a gay reference. And guess what? Check out the cast. There is a character called Bear, and there's a character called Otter. Yeah. Wolf, Bear, and Otter, all gay men references. So, gay man, of course. And of course, there are a lot of gay references in it. Then there's I am the proud owner of Prospect now. Yes, I first saw it on streaming. I liked it. This movie has atmosphere. Oh, yeah. Glass. Yeah, following on the trilogy or whatever it is. Yeah, America's about to be shattered, as you can see. You've got James McAvoy. He's the only reason why you should watch this movie. He does a good performance there. Shyamalan always makes semi-interesting movies. I mean, sort of normal people who are superheroes, and then there's some shadowy agency that doesn't want that. Again, you're back to the same thing. You're back to Divergent. There's, the Zionists don't want somebody who can stand up against them. That's hence, I mean, look what they've just done to me, huh? They've locked me out of all my my channels. I'm making all these videos at the moment just to save them for when I might have a channel. If you're watching this now, you know what I mean. I don't have a channel at the moment because they've wiped out my channels. 17 strikes and 7 channels effectively gone. Anyway, so yeah, this agency tries to wipe out these normal people who are superheroes, right? The Jackal. Now, this is a movie that everyone says, oh, it's no good. No, I totally disagree. It's just like Valerian. A lot of people say that Valerian's no good, but I like it. And I like this movie. I think this movie, a lot of work was put into this movie. The director cared. And that's what matters. You know, the director of this movie tried. And Richard Gere, say what you like about him with this hamster stuffing, merchant. He's always quite a good actor. He is. And most of his films, not too bad. There's another one called The Hunting Party. I mean, I've got it over here. Yeah, it is. Yeah, this is another Richard Gere one. Starts off kind of crap, but actually gets quite good later on. It's one of those movies where you got to endure the start, and then yeah, it starts to heat up. It's strange that way. But yeah, it's all right. Now we get to this guy. You know the guy that played the Niels Delbrück, right? This guy here, this I think Norwegian guy here. You know, in the Mission Impossible Fallout with the 3 Black Ops, namely Notre Dame in the movie, followed by London and Tower Bridge, probably Brixton, probably Tower Bridge, probably something to do with airplanes, I'm not sure, but that's next. And of course, Seattle, the nuke hoax, and the blackout, right? So they're making a reference to me and Niels in that movie, Niels Delbrück, with this guy. And what did he star in? The Wave, and then The Quake. The Wave looks like, even though it's a Norwegian fjord, it looks like the Puget Sound, the inlet. Quake, I mean, who knows? Are they going to pulse something out, or are they just going to pulse out a blackout? It won't be pulsed. It'll just be like I say, the Zionists switching off the power in the power stations, and then putting the blame on whoever they want to, whatever fake patsy country. Right. So you got him ×3 in all 3 movies. Then, I finally picked up for next to nothing the original Superman collection. Let me see if I can find the... there we go. Of course, predictively programming 9/11. You can see fire back here as well behind all of this, eh? Fire. And is there 311 in it? Yeah, oh, absolutely. No sooner is he, in New York, and you got the towers and flying around, aircrafts and stuff. Then he's going to the West Coast, and it's all Quake, and there's other stuff in it, but I can't quite remember. The movie's got progressively worse. Superman 1 wasn't too bad, a little bit sort of long-winded. 2, yeah, 3, that Richard Pryor one was weak as hell. But again, you have this West Coast creating quakes on the West Coast kind of thing. And Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, again is all about missiles and nukes and stuff. So, very 311 West Coast. But not worth watching. Number 1 just about, I guess. What else? Yeah, there's other movies I've watched, but I'm not going to bother talking about them. Nicolas Cage films is still worth looking at because they're all fire. The 118, 118. Paradise Ventura arson last year, lighting the John Wick to the Parabellum, the Second American Civil War Parabellum. As you can see, fire, fire, fire. Every single. I did a video on that. 211 or is it 311? Fire. Let's go back to Nicolas Cage films quickly. I've got long, but look, fire, fire. Of course, Las Vegas, and Con Air has an Seattle references at the end as well. Lord of War, fire, fire, fire. Wicker Man, of course, fire. Left Behind, fire. City of Angels, that's West Coast, fire. Fire, 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 fire. Bird Code, 2 thumbs up. Yeah, they thumbs up them. Yeah, of course. And Dying of the Light. And the Humanity Bureau, the most important movies ever made. Escape from America. Escape from New America. And The Trust. I've seen this film. This film starts with a Ferris wheel in Las Vegas. Has to be Las Vegas. Has to be a Ferris wheel. Oh yeah.